For as long as humans have gazed at the stars, we have asked ourselves one fundamental question: are we alone in the universe? Despite our advancements in technology and our expanding knowledge of the cosmos, a definitive answer remains elusive. However, throughout history, there have been numerous intriguing incidents and discoveries that suggest we may not be the only intelligent beings in existence. Some of the most compelling pieces of evidence often cited in support of extraterrestrial life include strange archaeological findings, unexplained astronaut encounters, alleged government cover-ups, and the sheer enormity of the universe itself. One of the most debated connections between ancient civilizations and extraterrestrials revolves around ancient Egypt. The idea that alien beings may have influenced the design and construction of the pyramids has been widely discussed, but there is another discovery that many believe provides even stronger evidence: the mysterious Abydos hieroglyphics. These hieroglyphs appear to depict modern flying vehicles, including what looks remarkably like a helicopter, a boat, and a futuristic aircraft. While mainstream scholars explain this as the result of overlapping carvings due to renovations and plaster erosion, some researchers argue that the Egyptians would have simply replaced the stone rather than recarve over existing inscriptions. Skeptics also point out that if such advanced technology had existed, we would likely find more evidence of it. Nevertheless, the Abydos carvings continue to fuel speculation about extraterrestrial visitors influencing early human civilizations. Astronauts, having had the rare opportunity to venture into space, have also contributed to reports of unexplained encounters. Over the years, several astronauts have described seeing unidentified flying objects while in orbit. One notable case occurred in June 1965, when Gemini astronauts Ed White and James McDivitt reported seeing a metallic object with long arms protruding from it while passing over Hawaii. Though McDivitt took photographs, he claimed they failed to capture the object clearly due to window glare. Rumors persist that video footage was also taken but has never been released. Later that same year, Gemini astronauts James Lovell and Frank Borman reported witnessing an unidentified spacecraft in the distance. When ground control suggested they were seeing the final stage of their booster rocket, Borman insisted that he could see both the booster and the unknown object separately. Perhaps one of the most sensational astronaut-related accounts comes from the Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969. According to unverified reports, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin allegedly saw mysterious craft watching them from the edge of a crater. A former NASA employee claimed that amateur radio operators with independent VHF equipment intercepted a transmission in which Armstrong described enormous alien spacecraft monitoring their activities on the moon. While NASA has never confirmed these accounts, some believe the organization deliberately conceals information regarding extraterrestrial encounters. NASA itself has been accused of covering up evidence of alien life on multiple occasions. One of the most well-known figures to allege this is Dr. Edgar Mitchell, a former astronaut who participated in the Apollo 14 mission. Mitchell publicly stated that he was aware of several UFO encounters that had been deliberately hidden from the public. He also claimed that government employees had described aliens as small humanoid beings with advanced technology. Furthermore, he maintained that the 1947 Roswell crash was a genuine extraterrestrial incident, suppressed to prevent the Soviet Union from gaining insight into the advanced technology found at the site. NASA, for its part, has denied these claims, asserting that they do not track UFOs nor engage in any form of cover-up regarding alien life. The Roswell incident, which occurred in the summer of 1947, is one of the most famous and controversial UFO-related events in history. It all began when a mysterious object crashed on a ranch near Roswell, New Mexico, sparking a wave of intrigue and speculation that has persisted for decades. Initially, the U.S. military reported that a flying disc had been recovered from the site, fueling widespread rumors of a UFO crash. However, just a day later, the military retracted their statement, claiming that the object was actually a weather balloon that had crashed. This abrupt shift in explanation set the stage for one of the most enduring conspiracy theories in UFO history. The incident itself began when a rancher named William Mac Brazel discovered unusual debris scattered across his property. The materials were unlike anything he had seen before: shiny, metallic fragments and small, rubbery pieces that didn't appear to be part of any known aircraft or weather balloon. Brazel reported his findings to the local authorities, and soon after, military personnel arrived to secure the area. The initial press release from the military described the debris as a flying disc, which led to a great deal of excitement in the media and among UFO enthusiasts. However, the military quickly backtracked, stating that the object was part of a weather balloon that had crashed, and the story was largely forgotten. The Roswell incident might have faded into obscurity, but in the late 1970s, new details began to emerge that would reignite public interest. Several individuals, including former military personnel and supposed witnesses, came forward claiming that the object that crashed near Roswell was not a weather balloon, but a flying saucer. Some even alleged that the military had recovered the bodies of extraterrestrial beings from the wreckage. This new narrative, coupled with the secrecy surrounding the original incident, led to a resurgence of conspiracy theories. According to these theories, the US government had engaged in a cover-up, hiding the truth about extraterrestrial contact and reverse engineering the recovered technology. In the years that followed, numerous books, documentaries, and investigations were dedicated to the Roswell incident, with some researchers claiming that the evidence pointed to a UFO crash and an elaborate government cover-up, while skeptics maintained that the whole affair was a misunderstanding, possibly involving classified military tests. The US Air Force later published reports suggesting that the debris was part of a secret military program called Project Mogul, which involved high-altitude balloons designed to detect Soviet nuclear tests. However, this explanation did little to quell the public's fascination with the possibility of extraterrestrial involvement. The Roswell incident has had a lasting impact on UFO culture, cementing its place as one of the most significant events in the history of UFO lore. The town of Roswell has since embraced its connection to the incident, hosting an annual UFO festival that attracts thousands of visitors from around the world. Despite various official explanations and investigations, the Roswell incident remains a cornerstone of UFO mythology, a symbol of alleged government secrecy and the ongoing search for answers about extraterrestrial life. Whether one views it as a genuine UFO encounter or simply a case of military miscommunication, the Roswell incident continues to capture the public's imagination, fueling debates about alien life, government conspiracies, and the nature of unexplained phenomena. The Barney and Betty Hill incident, which occurred on the night of September 19, 1961, remains one of the most intriguing and well-documented cases of alleged UFO abduction in history. The couple, who were residents of Portsmouth, New Hampshire, were returning home from a trip to Niagara Falls when they noticed a strange, bright light in the sky. At first, they assumed it was a star or planet, but the object seemed to move erratically, at times appearing to follow their car. As they drove along a rural road, the object came closer and appeared to be a large, silent craft, with glowing lights around its edges. Feeling increasingly uneasy, Barney stopped the car to get a better look, and it was at this point that he claimed to see humanoid figures through binoculars standing near the craft. Terrified, the Hills sped off, but their ordeal was far from over. They later realized they had experienced a time lapse of nearly 2 hours, with no clear memory of what had happened during that period. The following days were filled with confusion, anxiety, and troubling physical symptoms, such as nightmares, stress, and unexplained marks on their bodies. The Hills sought the help of a psychiatrist, and during a series of hypnotic regression sessions, they began to recall detailed and disturbing memories. Both Barney and Betty described being abducted by extraterrestrial beings and taken aboard the craft, where they were subjected to medical examinations. Barney, in particular, recalled being examined by cold, clinical figures, while Betty's experience was marked by interactions with a humanoid leader who seemed to communicate telepathically. The Hills' testimony, along with their subsequent hypnosis sessions, became a landmark case in UFO research, influencing the public's perception of alien abductions. Their story was covered by the media, and many people saw it as compelling evidence of extraterrestrial life. The case also sparked debates about the nature of UFO encounters and the phenomenon of missing time. Some skeptics have suggested that the Hills' experience was the result of stress, misinterpretation, or even sleep paralysis, while others believe it was a genuine alien encounter. Regardless of the explanation, the Barney and Betty Hill incident remains a key chapter in the study of UFOs and has had a lasting impact on popular culture, fueling interest in abduction stories for decades to come. More recently, suspicions about NASA's transparency have been fueled by unexplained interruptions in the International Space Station's live feed. On several occasions, unidentified objects have appeared on the feed, only for the transmission to cut out moments later. In one 2014 incident, a UFO appeared to hover above Earth, just before the feed was allegedly shut off. Some argue these interruptions are purely coincidental and caused by technical difficulties, but UFO enthusiasts see them as evidence that NASA is actively hiding proof of extraterrestrial activity. Even without these alleged sightings and cover-ups, many believe that the sheer size of the universe makes it almost certain that life exists elsewhere. To grasp the reasoning behind this belief, one must first appreciate the scale of the cosmos. The observable universe is estimated to be around 93 billion light-years in diameter, with each light-year equaling nearly 6 trillion miles. Within this vast expanse, astronomers estimate there are around 56 sextillion planets, an unfathomably large number. Given these odds, many scientists argue that it would be statistically improbable for Earth to be the only planet capable of supporting life. Some even suggest that entire civilizations may exist on distant planets, either unaware of us or deliberately avoiding contact. Others go a step further, proposing that we ourselves could be a microscopic form of life within a much larger organism. The possibility of infinite dimensions or parallel universes only adds further layers of mystery to our understanding of existence. One of the most persistent and shadowy aspects of the UFO phenomenon is the legend of the men in black. These mysterious figures, often described as government agents, are said to intimidate and silence individuals who claim to have witnessed UFOs or encountered extraterrestrial beings. Though their existence remains unproven, countless people have reported unsettling encounters with strange, expressionless men dressed in black. One particularly eerie case involves Dr. Herbert Hopkins, a physician from Maine who was investigating a UFO sighting in 1976. According to Hopkins, he received a phone call from a man claiming to be from a UFO research organization who wanted to discuss the case. Moments after the call ended, the man inexplicably appeared at Hopkins' home. The doctor described the visitor as eerily bald, devoid of eyebrows or eyelashes, and wearing a black suit. The man spoke in an emotionless, mechanical voice and instructed Hopkins to destroy his UFO research. Before leaving, he reportedly stated, "My energy is running low. Must go now. Goodbye." Hopkins was left shaken and unable to explain how the man had arrived so quickly or departed so mysteriously. Other theories suggest that aliens may already be living among us, disguised as humans or existing in hidden underground bases. Some believe that world governments have made secret agreements with extraterrestrials, exchanging technology for secrecy. The ancient astronaut theory proposes that early civilizations were visited and even genetically modified by extraterrestrials, influencing human evolution. Another idea is that aliens exist in higher dimensions or parallel realities, only occasionally crossing into our perception. Some researchers speculate that UFO sightings may not be visitors from space at all, but rather time travelers from our own distant future. Ultimately, whether one believes in extraterrestrial visitations or not, the mystery of alien life remains one of the most compelling questions of our time. The strange hieroglyphs of ancient Egypt, the testimonies of astronauts, alleged NASA cover-ups, the unfathomable scale of the universe, and the enigmatic men in black all add fuel to the fire of speculation. As technology advances and space exploration continues, perhaps one day we will finally have the answers we seek.